wanting that, the desire to have 10,000 followers or she has 250,000 followers. Let me do something just as crazy so I can get all of these followers. So I saw something one day where it was this white girl and she had done something, right? And to go viral. And it was ridiculous, right? Whatever she had done. Just think of the most ridiculous thing you can think of. And they canceled her, right? They shut down her TikTok or something. She was crying in tears, going up to the TikTok place or going up to whatever the social media was. Going up to the headquarters like, you got to let me.
Yep, absolutely.
Because she was like, I had 500,000 followers. And
absolutely.
But you done did something crazy to cause these people to shut you down.
Right.
And we should extend that and understand that a lot of this stuff that people are doing is to go viral. A lot of stuff that people are doing is to be famous on that world, and they're doing whatever they can. So if you take that away, now what reason do you have to be present or be there?
But the scapegoat caveat with that, unfortunately, is then they'll claim that you're taking away our freedom of speech. You get what I'm saying? So
that's not freedom of speech,
right?
That's not
right. But you know that's what they'll try to say.
Not that
they're trying to silence me.
Not that the forefathers, and they weren't my forefathers, but not that the people that created this country were thinking of, social media and thinking of, fights and this, that, and the other as your freedom of speech and video, because they couldn't fathom that. They didn't understand that. But that's not freedom of speech. If your attention to something is causing a harm to someone else, then we're gonna legislate and make you have to turn away.
There you go.
And if you're not gonna have, and that's the power of government. That's what government should do. If you're not able to just say, I'm not going to watch this, I'm going to turn away, I'm not going to videotape this, I'm not going to spread this, that's not freedom of speech, because somebody just died. Somebody just got their head bust. There was this accident. If you're filming, we talk about reckless driving all the time. Right. If you're sitting on the side and you're filming somebody as they recklessly drive through neighborhoods, and then you have become a part of this. Because you haven't chosen to walk away. You're not videotaping it for the feds. You're not videotaping it for the federales. You're not doing that. You're videotaping it for your own stuff to go viral. So now this has become a benefit to you, and you're using it, so you should be held accountable as well.
Man, absolutely. And again, like I say, the reality check in this is, people say something needs to be done, and then when people end up doing something about it, then you got those people like, well, why they gonna do that? Why they gonna do that? They don't pay their parking. They ain't gonna be caring about these tickets. Oh yeah, you will. It will. It will begin to mount, and there are people that work at different places and all of that, and these people scrub to see what's going on in your life. Be like, oh, so you were there. Okay, so you got to find something has to give. And to our YouTube and Facebook families, we are black, and we're gonna climb again. We went to 50-something.
We had a lot of viewers now.
So we're starting
Come on
up.
back, y'all.
They're coming. We're at 6.
Come back, y'all. Come back.
Yeah. So, but we had to work out some kinks. You've been hearing us talking about getting this straight, getting that straight. But we have professionals here at Good Karma Brand, and of course our producer Andrew, and we got it. We got it. We got it. Be like, you're gonna learn today. You're gonna learn today. So, but we want to hear from you. What do you think about the new ordinance that now will cost people $500 for trying to be a spectator? Because again, it's the bloodthirst. If you're not there, and I believe it was Ariane Kawanda that it said in the original chat that if the clowns don't have an audience, then there's no show.
And that teacher that he was a white man. We had a little afro. The painter that have I offended white people? Did I just offend white people by saying it? Did I offend afro users?
No.
Does that count?
You good?
2 for 1.
Go ahead.
You're good over here.
2 for 1 on that one. Okay,
you good?
You remember the painter that had the little afro, the painter guy, and used to come on Channel 10, PBS, and he had the afro. That's what he looked like. But he was cool, like dude too.
Yeah.
And so he was just like, if they want to fight,
Bob Ross.
let's see. It was like Bob Ross. If they want to fight, Let's see how bad they want to fight. And he literally would take everyone out the classroom and lead them to it. And never did I see them fight. You know what I'm saying? And now if it was me, I probably would have still fought because I'm going to fight. I don't care who watches. That's just me. If I'm going to fight, I'm fighting for a reason. I'm not fighting because you watching. I'm fighting because I'm finna put hands on him. You know what I mean? Anyway, I say all of that to say you're absolutely right. If you remove the audience,
that's right.
It's for show.
That's
Life is a show, and everybody thinks, and I say this all the time. Everybody thinks they are in the Truman Show. Right. Everybody thinks it's a movie.
Great one.
And everybody thinks that everybody cares about what you have to say. Nobody cares what you have to say. Nobody cares that you are filming this. Nobody cares about that. So why are you doing it? You're doing it to go viral. Yep. You want to be famous. There's a desire to be famous in this country. More than there's a desire to be smart. More than there is a desire to be successful. More than there is a desire to make a change in this country.
No lies detected.
You just want to be famous.
No lies detected. And again, like some of these people, man, without social media, they become no one.
Yes.
And so that's where I keep saying the bloodthirst. Like there are some people who truly believe that because they've got 500, 800, or 1,000 people but they think that these are really like they really like them. They friends.
Yes.
It's like, sir, ma'am, you sent a request. Okay, I'm on social media, so yes, I may have said, okay, I accept your request or whatever. But these people, listen, they will have you take your. We got to. Speaking of take, we got to call. We got to get ready to take care of some bills. You're listening to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth inside the American Family Insurance Studio in the heart of downtown at the Avenue. I am the legendary Home of Blow. He is
the legendary Dame Elsie in the building.
We'll be black. Anita, we see you.
Come in with straight truth.
Everything got a message. I'll say this. Y'all can't be tired if y'all still messing with the negative energy. Every day I get on and say, the power of the tongue. Your impulsive negative thoughts, reacting, and these kids watching you reacting all wild and crazy. The programming you watching on TV, the music. And now, like Security Mike said, it's popular to pop somebody. It's popular now. And these kids coming back, they coming back to somebody's house. They coming to eat a meal at somebody's house. They hanging out with somebody in the neighborhood who got a house, who paying the rent. They hanging out with you. They may be your relative. They may be your buddy. That social acceptance is there. Understand what I'm saying? So when we really tired, we gonna cut it off. We gonna stop it.
Tune in to all your favorite 101.7 The Truth shows all day, every day by downloading the Truth app.
The biggest snowflakes out here are always been the white Republicans who are so gung-ho on protecting the feelings of white kids while they ignore the needs of other kids. If Milwaukee's youth has a problem with fighting, well, white youth have a problem with being destructive and offensive. So it is sad that our government is actively working to de-emphasize educating and uplifting students of color in different backgrounds on college campuses. That emphasis is going to be diminished, and the only kids that will suffer will be our kids. They were willing to hold up the advancement of the state of Wisconsin because they disagree with DEI. What are white Republicans afraid of? Why are they afraid to face the fact that their grandmas and grandpapas were part of a system which purposely held black folks back and failed to give us the access that we deserve? Until these politicians stop ignoring these egregious acts of hate and racial incidents, America can never be great again.
Catch Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace every weekday from noon to 1 p.m. on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app.
Dear employer,
my name is Phil Martin.
My name is Michael Raskovich.
Ronaldo Bird.
Zach Deiser.
I am writing to express my excitement at the opportunity to join your team.
As someone on the spectrum,
I possess a unique set of skills
that sets me apart from other candidates.
My detail-oriented nature allows me to communicate complex ideas,
to break down data,
to have no fear in meeting new people.
I may communicate in ways that are different from what you are used to.
Structure, routine.
In clear, expectation.
Help me do my best work.
My autism allows me to have a perspective that needs to be seen and heard.
It allows me to make the world safer and improve systems in ways others can't.
It allows me to bring people's inner worlds to life with my artwork.
My autism
Will bring your team important insights.
Thank you for your consideration.
An autistic inclusive workplace is good for business. It's time to make a change. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/win.
We are the home of Milwaukee Black Talk. 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is Truth in the Morning on 1017 The Truth.
We're black. It's Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Of course, all of our technical difficulties have been resolved. Our Truth Talk text lines are open, 833-212-1017. Our YouTube, our Facebook Live, we are up and at 'em. You can follow us on Facebook. You can like the page. You can also like and subscribe here on our YouTube page at 1017 The Truth. We're going to go to the lines. We're talking about the fines that has been passed unanimously. We've got Anita. Anita, great morning. Love you. Appreciate you. You hear the dialogue. What's your truth?
Good morning. Appreciate you both. I appreciate the topics you bring to the table for the community. So,
thank you.
So thank you. Really appreciate that. My comment is that, number one, definitely fines need to be, given. Number two, I know Facebook, whatever is the social media platform, I know it is not in their best interest to shut down accounts. But, they have this feature where you can report certain things, and it's supposed to, be investigated, so on and so forth. But I know they really don't do much with that in terms of the type of information or things that's being posted on social media. But it is a part of their policy. So, if, push came to shove and the community really wanted to really enforce that policy or, force them to enforce that policy, it really can be done. That's number one. Number two, the IP addresses. I mean, all of our, all digital devices have a digital footprint.
Yep.
So you can delete, hide, all of that. I work within legal, and I'm writing policies and I'm doing research all the time about data privacy. So in the U.S., there's not a lot of laws to protect you. Now, in Europe, you can get away with a lot of stuff because of the data protection laws in terms of consent and whatnot. But in the U.S., your phone is open to the public 24/7, 7 days a week. There's no hiding. There's no disclosing. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, I'll say this. In terms of what people post, I just want to really put something on people's mind when they're posting tragedy or when they're posting car accidents, when they're posting things that are just not in good light. The reaction is, if I am on my phone at 11 o'clock at night and I get a feed of a car accident or someone injured and I don't know where my people at, that can create a level of panic. That can create a level of, no, you're not doing me a favor by telling me something just happened on 27th and Center. What you're doing is you're creating a level of anxiety. You could be, sending somebody into a stroke or a heart attack.
Absolutely.
So people need to be mindful. You're not doing anybody a favor. You're creating a sense of panic. And if that person that they're looking for might be in a bad sleep or whatever, you're now running around the city. You seen this person. You seen that person.
Right.
You going to mess around and be in ER because you stressed out. So if you're not doing anybody a favor, please stop posting. Nobody cares. If we looking for our people, we looking for our people. We don't need to know everything that's going on in the middle of the night when y'all butts need to be in the bed sleep anyway. Go to bed. Sit down. Have a good day. Appreciate appreciate you, gentlemen.
Love you, Anita. Thank you for your truth. 833-212-1017, 833-212-1017. That is our Truth Talk text line. Give us your thoughts and opinions on the fact that, again, we now have the massive fines if you are a spectator, if you are filming, among other things, and definitely if you're actually participating, which they already got things for if they catch you. And I don't know if they put the towing your car into the, because they did tow some cars on that one weekend when they had over 20 different calls about takeovers throughout the city. And they did say they towed a certain amount of cars, and I'm hoping, obviously, it was the ones that were inside doing the street takeovers, participating vehicles.
Get caught
you know
up
what I
in it.
mean? So we're going to go back to the Truth Talk text lines again, 833-212-1017. Melvin, great morning. Love you, appreciate you. You've heard the commentary with these new $500 fines, even if you're just a spectator or you're filming. What's your truth?
Well, first I want to say good morning. Good morning. This is Melvin James.
Hey, what's going on with your 414 Video Spotlight? What's going on with your family?
Man, just trying to call in, and I keep just getting busy the morning. I'm so busy the morning. I be listening to you every morning, man. It's real good.
Thank you, man. Thank you. What's your thoughts on this, man? Is this something that needs to happen? Do you think it's something that will be enforced?
I like it, man, because you think about it. If I'm riding in the car with somebody, they decide to go rob somebody, and I'm like, if you don't call the police and you roll out with them, even though you didn't do nothing, the police are going to say, well, why didn't you call us? That's the same thing. If you're out there filming, they're going to say, well, why didn't you call us? You're a part of this.
That's right.
Yeah. If you're going to be a part of, yes, you need to get in trouble, too, because you should have called and said something.
Really?
I always tell my kids, I say, if you with somebody and they do something and you don't tell, guess what? You in trouble, too.
You're a party to that crime.
Mm-hmm. And that's how you should be charged. You know?
Yeah, I agree. That should go for everything. Fights, everything. If you're filming a crime that's happening and you don't do nothing about it, and you got it on your phone, you don't turn it in or nothing, you should be in trouble for that too.
Absolutely. I agree. Hey, and I know you're still listening, man. Make sure on Fridays, man, when we do What the Business Is, at 8 a.m., Central Standard Time, that you call in and let people know about 414 Video Spotlight. We're going back to the Truth Talk text lines. They're open. Truth Nation, we want to hear from you, talking about these massive fines. Security Mike, great morning. Love you, appreciate you. What's your truth?
Hey, good morning, Homer and gang. Hey, you said the fines was $500?
Correct.
I think it should be stiffer than that. Instead of whatever fool, don't call 911 if you see something tragically like that happen. When you sitting there filming it, you party to that. So, yeah, I think the fine should be stiffer than some $500. Because instead of you calling 911, you filming it. That's crazy, man.
Well,
and we need to get away from that.
Well, Security Mike, and thank you for your call. What I would say, and, Dame could have some input on this with, his role with the city, is that if the Common Council unanimously voted for this, if they see that it's still being a problem or they could say, well, you know what? Yeah, let's raise it up.
They can absolutely
let's raise it up.
We've done that in the past with panhandling, with littering and things like that. There's always room for it to be raised up. I don't know if there might be a cap or a limit on how far they can go.
Right.
But there's always room for that.
All right, we're going back to the Truth Talk text lines. I see Truth Nation has been waiting for us to get the lines right so they can participate in the dialogue. I think they were woke. It was just they couldn't get in because everything was down.
They woke up as far as the cameras.
Oh, yeah.
I ain't talking about them.
White Widow, great morning. Love you, appreciate you. You hear the conversation about the new fines for the spectators with this street takeover thing that's been going on. What's your truth?
Hi, good morning, gentlemen. My truth is I don't think that this is going to be a deterrent, number one. Number two, have we involved the rank and file police officers on this mandate? They're the ones who are going to have to get out there and enforce it. Also, why are we not using our technology? Why do we not have officers on the computer identifying when these things are going to take place prior to a big police presence to deter it? No. Finding people, spectators, there's going to be an issue. They had an issue with this in the beginning. You have a right to assemble. So, really, they tried this before. You got your Milwaukee attorney who, hopefully he's back from indefinite maternity leave. And the fact of the matter is that it's wrong. It's wrong. It doesn't make sense. Our cops are going to be chasing these people. Our courts are going to be going after people with warrants for $500. Our county jail is going to be stuck with these bystander tickets. This is not how to address the issue of our youth.
How do you address it?
Ask them what they need, just like they did years ago when there was Highway 100 speed racing. You had Union Grove. You could take damn State Fair and open it up. Make some money, have it contained, have it controlled, and let them rip. Let them get it out of their system. But to sit there and say you got 400 people there, you're going to have how many cops running over there, grabbing people, giving them tickets.
But White Widow,
and thinking that it's
White Widow,
yes.
White Widow, before we have to get ready to take our break. Okay, so they sanction that they can go to these places that you name, right? People start.
They sanction?
People, I'm saying if they sanction it, I'm saying doing it the way that you're saying. If they do that, and the city says, okay, this is what we're going to do, and anybody gets hurt or dies, who do you think that falls on?
The same liability it falls on when there's
No. What I'm saying is, who does it fall on? Does it fall on the city of Milwaukee for allowing that? And
you know what it's called? Waivers, just like when you get on a roller coaster, or when there's a there's a cop who.
But again, you're talking about the city sanctioning something, and just because they say sign a waiver, that there's not going to be an outcry of other citizens of Milwaukee that are going to say, "But you let them do it just because they signed. They don't know what they're doing. They shouldn't have been able to sign that." But we got to get ready to take care of some
that's what
bills.
they say when people join the service at 18.
I get you, but I'm just saying there are a lot of teens that are participating as well as these adults.
Yeah, penalize our youth.
Okay. I got you. But again, we got to look at the ramifications of that. And we're going to be talking about also with the $100 million deficit in this new, the new county city budget that has just been passed as well. Well, it hasn't been passed, but it's been brought up.
It's been proposed.
Yeah, it's been proposed.
There's a lot of talk to me.
Right. Absolutely. We got to take care of some bills. We'll be black. It's getting hot.
You're listening to Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
From the biggest stars to the greatest moments. Behind the Bucks is Bucks history, like you've never heard it before. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Tracy, going back to the process, and as it relates specifically to the partnership that Old National Bank has with Housing Resource, what does the process consist of when coming through this program?
It's a referral process. We work with clients that first-time homeowners that may not have the counseling that they need. They may not have the equity, the down payment that they need. So we refer them to our partners like HRI or Housing Resources, Inc., because we recognize that those organizations, they have the resources, they have the tutorial documentation and all of those things that are necessary for first-time homeowners that don't know the process, may not know the system, may not know what's required for home ownership. So working with Housing Resources Inc. and other partnerships that we have like through WIDA has been very, very advantageous, not only for us, but also the organizations, but also for the community.
1017 The Truth is the proud home of Marquette Hilltoppers football. Tune in Friday night as the Hilltoppers take on the Sussex Hamilton Chargers on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Join our coverage starting at 6:30 p.m., leading up to kickoff at 7 p.m.
Marquette Hilltoppers football is presented by Gruber Law Offices.
One call, that's all. And sponsored by Left's Lucky Town,
C.G. Schmidt,
Capital Insurance Agency, Boyle Fredrickson, Annex Wealth Management, Magic Productions, and Burghardt Sporting Goods.
Wisconsin is as hard-working of a place as you'll ever find. There's a sense of pride, community, and work ethic that's second to none. People here are tough, but even the toughest among us need help after a serious accident. At Gruber Law Offices, we won't stop fighting for you and your family. We've been here and will continue to be here for as long as you need us. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Fall in Milwaukee, where the air is crisp, the drinks are cold, and the good times are just heating up. Stroll Milwaukee's lakefront and explore its parks as they burst into a kaleidoscope of golds, ambers, and reds. Raise a glass at a beer garden that feels like a neighborhood block party, Milwaukee style. And just as the temps fall, Brewers baseball is turning up the heat. October dreams are made right here. This season, every color, every cheer, every sip, it all comes together in Milwaukee. Craft your perfect getaway at visitmilwaukee.org.
This is Truth in the Morning on 1017 The Truth.
We're black. Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. I am the legendary Home Blow. He is the legendary
Dame Elsie in the building.
And we want to hear from you about the fines. Do you think it's going to work? Do you think it's not going to work? It's not going to help? White Widow doesn't feel like it will end up helping, that there should be something else done. Also, as we want to hear from you about that, the fines, and what's your thoughts and what's your truth on that, at 833-212-1017. There's also, speaking of the city, the proposed budget, and talking about the fact that we're at a $100 million deficit, Dane.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. And
yeah, $100 million deficit.
And I think, when you add in, we just got done talking about the fees and fines for this. That's when that stuff starts to come into play. Is every dollar counts, and to the point where is $500 or $1,000 is discrepancy. I just saw something that said it was $1,000. So whatever it is, you start writing them tickets. That's a source of income, and that's what the bottom line is. That becomes a source of income, and you're down $100 million on the gap. Because of throughout the pandemic, we were giving all this federal money, and it kind of balanced the budget. All of this, people don't know that,
right?
But all of that ARPA money and all of that stuff that, a lot of communities were being used to do different stuff. In our city, it was being used to kind of supplement the budget. It was paying for things that could be paid for within the budget. That money's gone now. And with that money being gone, there's a hole right there. And so
a big hole.
And so a lot of stuff, the mayor of Cavalier Johnson presented his budget yesterday. A lot of stuff is going to get cut. And a lot of stuff is going to get, the wheel tax is getting raised. A lot of stuff is getting raised. Like for instance, they were talking about, for those that don't know, the Milwaukee budget is $2 billion. $2 billion. And right now, they have a $100 million shortfall. The property tax levy will increase by 3%. City user fees will be increased. They are increasing the vehicle registration fee from $10 to $40. So things like that are happening. And I just want to know what Truth Nation, how you feel about that, because we already get complaints about services and the things that are happening with potholes and street repair. It's probably gonna get worse before it gets better. And how can I say that? Because the proposal includes cuts to some city departments and withdrawal from city reserve. So departments are going to be trying to do more with less. And for me, those that know me know I do Hip Hop Week, right? We get $50,000. It's a city sanctioned event. We get $50,000. It's not a lot. Drop in the bucket. They cut ours down to 20. And that's still. I'm not saying to be frivolous, but that's how tight it is right now. That's how they looking for money.
Right.
They took $50,000 and cut it down to 20. They took the Big Clean, which everybody knows. You see those garbage cans on the street. Alderman Stamper did that. We did that. They took the Big Clean funds and didn't give us nothing. So we usually get through. So that money is used to give to communities and to do cleanups and to give to communities to do things and to hire people to keep their illegal dumping down, to hire people to go do stuff, to hire people to do all of this other stuff in the communities to clean up, right?
Right.
Ain't no more of that. That money's gone. Now, we got money that's left over from last year. So the message being sent is now you're going to have to spend that money. Or if you're being frugal and trying to save money and we're just going to take that. So, and then there's the Excellence Fund for CDBG CD, where with the Excellence Funds, it's like $70,000 or something. That's being cut to like $32,000. Wow. And what they do is they use that money to fill gaps in
in other areas.
When people are doing programs or something, or like if Homer comes and Homer says, I need, a couple of dollars for whatever. All right, you're part of the city's bigger plan. Let's get you some money, and we'll go through the process of trying to get you some funds to do something, right? That's being cut in half, less than half, right? So I say all of that to say, y'all think it's tough right now. Y'all think y'all don't get a response now. Just wait. Because if they start cutting these city services and they start laying off DPW workers, they start, because those are always the first to go.
Yeah.
And then nobody's talking about layoffs right now, but anytime a department shrinks, that's what happens. They're going to say, we're going to shrink maybe vacancies, unfilled positions.
Right now.
But you think you mad now about the streets and the potholes and stuff like that. This is what's going to happen. So they got budget hearings coming up. Y'all make sure y'all go.
Absolutely.
And if you don't go, then like we always say, you can't really complain.
That part.
They haven't, let me see.
They love to complain.
They got one October 6th at 6:30 p.m. at City Hall. And I'm telling y'all need to go when they print out the budgets and they publish them. Go read this budget.
Absolutely.
I can't sit here because the budget is long.
Right.
And I can't sit here and go through line by line. I just gave you a couple of things to let you know how they looking for dollars. And when they looking for dollars, who dollars get cut?
Yep, you're going to learn today if you don't already understand. So we got Al that has been patiently holding. And Al, you're hearing about the massive fines. You're hearing about the budget proposal. Great morning, Al. I love you. I appreciate you. What's your truth on these issues?
Well, I'm with the tickets. They should have got the tickets a long time ago. What you want to do? Tell them stop and let them continue to tear up stuff. Give them tickets. Now, with the budget, the problem is with the budget. You got too many hands on the money. Y'all effing up the money like y'all got a drug problem. So now y'all effed everything up and saturated the funds. Now y'all here talking about you need some more money. Why don't y'all go to MPS and get that $1.2 million they spent on them vans that's still sitting in the parking lot? And won't y'all do a massive audit and try to figure out why this money come up missing? And then what people can do who live in the neighborhood, you can go to Home Depot and get that bag of concrete and mortar. I mean, because all they going to do is put that voodoo salt and them voodoo ashes in the street anyway, and it's going to come back out. You going to get that $5 bag from Home Depot and fix it yourself, and then send the receipt to the city. That's why we all messed up. Y'all always F up the money. Just like a drug addict, then come back and ask for some more. Y'all always cry after the drug is gone, but you never cry before because y'all effing up the money. So you got too many people with their hands on their money, and then when the money come up missing, everybody looking stupid like somebody farted who had double eggs and didn't say excuse me. But everybody know who brung that big old punch bowl in there.
All right. Thank you very much, Al.
Al with the one-liners. Man, he's not lying though.
That's it though.
and you know what? Alderman Scott Spiker put out a press release the other day, and it was. If you can Google that and look it up, y'all make sure y'all look it up. It was humorous, but he was talking real, and what he was saying is that we have continually kicked down the road stuff that we could pay for. Or kick down the road all of this stuff, and now we're here. We're at a place where it's $100 million that we're short that we're gonna make up because the city's gonna function. The city's gonna do what it's gonna do. It's never gonna go. Not Milwaukee. It's not gonna go bankrupt the way that it's set up, but it's gonna do what it's due. We just got this 2% from the state that was supposed to help. How do we end up here? Right. Because we depended on this ARPA money too much, and then depended on the ARPA money. Now it's gone.
Right. So, Dane, do you think that if the budget proposal is passed in its current state,
it won't be?
I know, but if it was, would we still have to be concerned about all of these other cuts in different departments in different areas?
They're going to move it around. The cuts is going to be there because there's only so much money. And shout out to Andrew.
Yeah,
man, see, that's why I love Andrew. He put it up real quick.
Absolutely.
He just went and found it and put it up. Shout out to Andrews. And if you can see on YouTube, you see what Scott,
and Facebook Live,
what Spiker is saying about the budget and how it's being presented. The money's going. It's only so much money.
And on X, we're on X.
It's only so much money, so it's going to be moved around. You just have to pick and choose where the cuts are going to come, and that's the fight that's going to take place between the Common Council and the mayor's office. There's only you ain't going to create no more money. You ain't going you can't print it up. You know what I'm saying? This is what we got. So the fight is now, where are we going to place it? Where are our priorities going to be? And I saw another press release from all of the alders that said their priorities are going to be the neighborhood. And that's the difference. You get the city hall and their priorities, and you get the Common Council and their priorities. We'll see who wins.
All right, we got to get ready to take care of some bills. You're listening to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. Of course, we're inside the American Family Insurance Studio in the heart of downtown at the Avenue. We got to take care of these bills, so we'll be black.
You're listening to Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
It's 101.7 The Truth. Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. When a customer chooses Pella, one of the most important things to them is honoring that trust and commitment. A lot of customers might have apprehensions about inviting someone out to their home. But when you see the experience and professionalism, you can trust them with bringing your project to life. Their vision is to be the company that people want to do business with. Watching them work from idea to installation gives you the ability to see firsthand the care taken to ensure the Pella experience is complete. When you want long-lasting comfort and reliability, it's easy to trust Pella. Every piece is specifically constructed for you and your home, always designed with innovation and rigorously tested for quality and performance. The Pella team takes pride in constructing quality windows and doors with meticulous attention to every detail. Order by the end of the month and get 0% interest for up to 5 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Serve restrictions apply. It's 9/30/2025.
This is your Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin Community Impact Moment on 101.7 The Truth.
I want you to really stress the importance of having an ethnically diverse blood supply. But I guess, what do you say to people that, for whatever reason, are apprehensive about giving blood?
It's not by accident that we are building this fixed donation site right in the heart of this Halyard Park, Harambe neighborhood. And to your point, our black and brown donors, it probably represents the smallest demographic in our donor base. That's attributed to multiple reasons. For those of us that understand the history, there is a lot of underlying mistrust of the healthcare system. And quite frankly, there's already challenges with how busy people are, how accessible they are to even know where to go to donate blood. And let's face it, a lot of folks are scared of needles, right? But when they get through all of that, the importance, I think, is a heavier burden on our black and brown communities, because there are a lot of different blood diseases that require what I'll call more of a match in blood that only comes from people of similar ethnicities, something that's specific to our Black donors and patients is something that I think your listeners are very familiar with sickle cell disease. The only therapy that get them through their day-to-day life is blood transfusions. And it's not just what I'll call average or normal blood type or blood transfusion. It's actually a specific blood with a specific type called RO blood. And this RO blood typically only comes from people of African descent and Hispanic descent. And so that's why it's so important that our donor base is diverse, so that it helps our ethnically diverse patient population.
To make an impact by donating blood in your community, visit versity.org today.
Westbound 94 at Mitchell Boulevard. We do still have that left lane blocked with a crash. Should be out of there soon, though. Delays are there, though. Hefty, too. Out of the Marquette all the way to that point. Eastbound 94 slowing down from 84th Street through to about 35th. Southbound 43, you got your backups from Silver Spring down past Capitol Drive to about Locust. Westbound on the bypass, we got backups from Forest Home through the Hale all the way up to National Avenue. And then on 41 southbound, still heavy from Main Street all the way down to Good Hope Road. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, partly cloudy, breezy, slight chance for showers, a high of 68. Tonight, slight chance for lakeside showers, mostly cloudy otherwise, a low of 57. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
This is Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
We're black. Hey, Dane, were you able to pull up some of those other dates for some of those listening sessions?
So make sure we were talking about on the other side of the commercial break, we were talking about the budget, the city budget. And they have, like I said, Monday, October 6th at 6:30 p.m. at City Hall. They're having the mayor's proposal is scheduled for Monday, October 6th at City Hall. The public listening session will also be held at the new MLK Library on Saturday, October 18th. From 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. So y'all make sure y'all go
right
and represent at those places.
Our voices need to be heard, and too often we end up hearing about things and be like, well, what made them do that? But they had the actual listening sessions. They had the opportunity for the community to speak. But oftentimes our community, besides what I call the usual suspects, don't attend. So it's almost like you know who you're going to see when you go, Dane. We're like, okay, yep, they're going to be there. Yep,
yeah,
they're going to be there. They're going to be there.
I call it being in the streets. It's the same people, though, in these situations that are at these meetings. And we should see, I especially want to see my people in the classroom at these meetings or logged into these meetings so we can have these conversations on air and we can educate people on it. But you got to read these budgets because then you need to see where the money is going. And then you can understand when you want to get your alley, like people would call and be like, I need my alley fixed. There is no money in that budget for alleys. This is the budget that y'all allowed them to pass. How you want me to get your alley fixed? There's no money for alleys to be fixed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where it's part of education and educating the people. So I educate people when they call into our office. I'm like, look, this is where it is. This is where that money was. There's no money there right now. We can get that alley patched up, but you're not going to get your alley completely repaired. I'm honest with them. We need to have those same honest conversations with all of our people in power, all of our politicians, so that they understand where they want the focus of that money. You want the focus of what your chunk of money to be in the neighborhoods. You want it to be in the community. You want it to be on your streets, on your block. That's what you want. And the only way that's going to happen is if you make your voice heard and you show up to these places and do some of these things. So remember, October 6th, City Hall. October 18th, the new MLK Library, which I haven't been to yet, but I'm going to check out.
I haven't, but I've been seeing the videos and the pictures and salute to Alderwoman Malele Coggs of the 6th Aldermanic District on just a beautiful, beautiful redoing of that, like from the ground up. It's like, you know what? We starting from the scratch. We at the bottom, and we going to bring it up. And then all of the other entities that were blessed going down that way. You know what I'm saying? So
it's been a long journey for that MLK Library.
Right.
To completion.
Right.
And I'm happy to see that.
Yeah, man. So again, if you haven't, go see it. Go use it. Not just go see it. Go use it.
Right? We're talking about libraries. In the budget, there are cuts to library hours. You know what I'm saying? And so but the downtown library, and this is what's in one of those press releases that Andrew put up. And so you got to read press releases, y'all. You get information. Sometimes
you do.
Sometimes it's mundane, but sometimes it's actual information that you get from it. And I didn't know, but they're saying that in the new budget that the hours in libraries on most cases is going to be cut, but the downtown central library is going to be extended on Sunday. So downtown people, they can go to their library, but Atkinson and MLK, y'all hours going to be cut. And so that's what I'm saying about that's important. That's very important. But that's what I'm saying about services is that money there's only so much. So unless you go and fight and make your opinion known, make your voice known,
that's it.
They're gonna get that money to someplace else.
That's it. And that's the cold hard truth. That's keeping it real to the next level. And that's why I say when we don't utilize things, now if the overwhelming demand for these libraries and the hours that they are open, we have an influx of people that are here between these hours, then it wouldn't be able to be on the chopping block and say, oh, well, they don't need that. Most of the people only come in during this time. And so that's how we get screwed over a lot. Yeah, if we don't use the things, we're going to lose them.
You don't use it, you're going to lose it. And that's what's happening with some of our funding is that we thought we was being frugal. Okay, we're going to save money for next year, and then we're gonna do it bigger and do it something next year. But then you don't use it, they take it. Listen, and so with the libraries and stuff like that, I say the mayor is hearing voices, but you want to make sure that he hears your voice, right? So because he's going to respond to who he hears from, the people that are making the most noise. So the mayor and all of the orders are going to respond to who they hear from. Okay, this is who's calling me.
That's right.
This is who's asking me.
That's right.
This. So this is what I'm thinking my community wants. So you can't be mad that they don't give you what you want if you're not calling them, if you're not saying something to them. When you see, I saw in the chat here, my people was like, I see Russ out at the bar, I see Russ here, I see this, and I holler at him. If you see your order, holler at him.
Absolutely.
I'm not saying talk to him for 30 minutes and be rude, but just say, hey, man, I want to get some lights on my block. Can you handle that? And they'll be like, what's your name? Boom, boom, boom. I got you. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And keep it short like that. That's okay.
Man, listen.
We need to do that.
Listen, man, when street lights are out, in my area, we make the call, and guess what? The street lights come back on.
Because we don't know. That's a great example. That's an excellent example, and just correlate that to the budget. And what I'm saying is and what I'm about to say, when your street light is out, Homer, you call somebody and they'll say you call that legislative aid, and that legislative aid or somebody is like, boom, I got you. They call and they get it taken care of. But if you don't call,
that's right.
They don't know that light is out.
Absolutely.
So you can't be mad at me for your light being out because you never told me.
People like to assume. People like to assume. Be like, no, I done seen some city trucks come through here, and so they know it's light. Right.
They coming for the other light down the street.
That's it.
That somebody called for.
They seen them potholes. They
They don't do that.
Right.
They not going through writing down where the potholes at.
Part.
See, people have. That's what I'm talking about.
Man,
education.
I'm telling you, bro.
So don't assume that they know. They seen that them trucks came. Everybody in the city don't talk to everybody else.
That's it.
There's not a.
It's called departments for a reason.
There's not a one brain like an alien movie. People think that we got one brain and everybody. Oh, he saw it, so that means everybody saw it. No,
right.
But I say that to say you apply that same thing to the budget. If we don't hear from you,
that's right,
and we don't know how you feel,
we don't think you got a problem with it, right? Yeah,
we supposed to read your mind.
Yeah, you made it seem like y'all cool with it.
You must be cool with it. You must be cool with the amount of services that you're getting and the lack thereof, because you ain't saying nothing to me.
And that the cost of renewing your license is going to cost you more.
That's going up.
The wheel tax, all that.
And you know what's funny about the wheel tax? In 2004, they crucified Marvin Pratt for even floating a wheel tax. And now it's regular process it's gone up.
Absolutely.
And that just shows you that maybe some people saw where we were headed then, but you have been convinced that, oh, they don't know what they're talking about until it's too late.
That's right.
Now it's too late.
Now you trying to play catch up.
We could have had it then, and we would have had maybe some money. But that's neither here nor there.
Man.
That's my old PTSD coming back from 2004. but that's neither here nor there. But I say this to say, if you don't let us know, how are we gonna know?
That's it. That's it. People, again, oftentimes assume. And they say when you assume, you making ass out of you and me.
October 6th, when the mayor presents that budget, y'all be in there listening. Hear it. Hear what he has to say. So you're not getting sound bites here and
That's
there.
right.
You can hear for yourself. We're in an age where even if you're not there, you can go on YouTube and watch it. You
Absolutely.
need to hear the entirety of it. Stop taking sound bites. And then on October, what was the one at MLK?
18th.
October 18th at MLK at 9
See how
o'clock.
attentive? You know, that's what we got to do. We got to remember those things.
On October 18th, MLK, come, get presented the budget and hear it. Your alders are going to have budget meetings in their districts. Go.
That's right.
And let them know how you feel. If you don't, when that budget gets passed,
I don't want to hear from you like that.
That now your user fees for X, Y, and Z have gone up triple-fold. Well, how are we gonna know if you don't tell us?
Absolutely.
We think you cool with it, so that's not an issue for us.
Hey, and you can go find your blunts. You can get to that person if they on the other side of town.
You can
so
go
you
find
can
the weed
damn
man.
sure enough get down to the MLK library.
You can find the weed man, my people on
That's
the south
all I'm
side.
saying.
You can find the meth man.
Right.
Everybody can find what they need to
find
find.
the alcohol.
Right.
You know, you can go do all these other things, and you made your way, and you live way over there, but you made your way to get to wherever
find your
what
way
you
to
knew you wanted or needed. And you need to understand, and because if you don't know how, you can sit and listen to them break it down, and then you can ask your questions. You can say, hey, how is this going to affect me? So when you say that, I don't quite understand what that means, and have them break it down to you in layman terms.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of other
That's
people.
what that's for.
The only stupid question is the ones you don't ask.
That's what those meetings are for. And then people want to ask those questions after
the fact.
After the fact, and want to ask the question at a committee meeting where then they like, well, we done already did that. We doing something else now. And so it's too late for that. You had your chance for that. Well, I didn't get my chance to talk. We opened it up for you.
that part.
And so what I would say for the city is that they use community groups to make sure they spread the word, like Metcalf Park.
Right.
And they use these community groups to spread the word on these meetings so that we can get more engagement in these meetings. And it's just not like a lot of times the city just posts something someplace and that's it. Well, we posted it by law. We had to post it.
Right.
And we put it on the website. And so we did what we were supposed to. But ain't nobody seeing that. So there's also that part. But if you find out about it and you hear about it, you listening to me now?
Yeah, ain't no
you listening to
excuses,
Homer
man.
now? Be there.
Yep,
Make your voice be known.
Yeah, it ain't no excuses. That's why I say I'm allergic to ENC's excuses and complaints. You talk about it, we get the people coming to where you can come and let your voice and opinions be heard, and you don't go, then it makes us look like fools because we're talking about how upset the community is, how they didn't like this, they don't like this that happened. Shut up. We got to get ready to take care of some bills. We'll be black.
You're listening to Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
This is 101.7 The Truth's Kyle Wallace, and I am Milwaukee. I take great pride in being a 414 boy and representing the city that I love. The great memories I have of going to Northtown Cinema to see movies with family and friends, to going to Capitol Court to see the Black Santa Claus, this city has helped shape me into the man that I am today, and I pledge to utilize my voice as a way to advocate for you in our community. Join the home of Milwaukee's realest conversations where you can speak your truth. We are the award-winning 101.7 The Truth, Milwaukee Black Talk.
Celebrate the reigning queens of disco with Disco Divas, running at the Bradley Symphony Center September 26th through the 28th. Principal Pops conductor Byron Stripling will lead the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra and an all-star trio of vocalists in all of your favorite hits from the disco era. Think Donna Summer, Patti LaBelle, Diana Ross, and Chaka Khan, as well as the Bee Gees, Earth, Wind & Fire, and even Michael Jackson. Those silky high strings and thumping bass lines will never sound better as you dance and sing along in your seat to tunes like I Will Survive, We Are Family, I'm Coming Out, and more. So what are you waiting for? Get those sequins out of storage and call the box office now at 414-291-7605 for Disco Divas or visit mso.org.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out.
No to a loan? No to a checking account? Just no? At Brewery Credit Union, we find ways to say yes. Yes to second chances. Yes to rebuilding credit. Yes to helping you save, borrow, and thrive. Work with our credit specialists and move your financial life forward. Brewery Credit Union, Milwaukee's best place to borrow and save. Visit brewerycu.com. That is brewerycu.com. Federally insured by NCUA.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Hurt by a truck? Call Gruberg offices. One call, that's all.
This is Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
We're black. Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. Of course, inside the American Family Insurance Studio in the heart of downtown at the Avenue. Don't forget, coming up at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, you've got the award-winning Truth with Sherwin Hughes on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. Early great morning to Sherwin Hughes. All right. Love you, bruh. Appreciate you. Dame.
We were talking in the break, and in the break, we oftentimes jump on, people that are doing hood things for not showing up. But my educated people, they don't show up either.
Right.
And so a lot of times, like we say, it'd be the same people in these meetings, right? And so my educated people, my people that are involved, the people that are well-versed in these
people that are
spheres,
woke, the people that are woke.
They got to come too. And when they come, what happens is they invite other people to come. So, and I know Miss Peggy is the educated one on the block, and she is the one that is versed in this political stuff. So I'm gonna follow her, right?
That's right.
If that's you and you're that person, you got to show up.
That's right.
You got to be present, and that's your job in this community. Is if they've hold, and a lot of times in the black community, we hold people to, well, you the doctor, tell me what's wrong. You the lawyer for this neighborhood, tell me what legal stuff. That's how it works, right?
Absolutely.
Historically, that's how it works. And I think sometimes that gets broken down when people get separated. Desegregation moved all of these people around. That's a whole different subject. But I say all of that to say, if that's who you are, then come down on October 6th and hear it and bring that message back to the people.
Absolutely.
Come on October 18th and hear it and then ask your questions. So the people in the back who may not know politics that much,
absolutely,
but know that you do, and you're able to understand it.
You're our advocate. You're an
advocate, and you ask those questions correctly and get cut to the matter. They appreciate that and they respect that. That's why a lot of people like me, I'm gonna be honest, because I'm that dude.
Right.
I'm in this world. I'm in that world. I understand it, and I can cross that and
navigate.
I can break it down for you.
You can
what's
navigate
going on? You know what I'm saying?
And the thing is also though with those people, whether you're a block captain, whether whatever areas you are versed in, it's important to look at how like State of the Unions are. All right. So when it's a presidential address. When it's a governor's address or the mayor, whatever the case may be, when you watch that State of the Union for the president, all right, you're going to hear them talking about certain parts of budgets and things that they're trying to do, but you're going to also see them have some people in the audience, and it says, here is 80-year-old such and such, and she has been in the community, and this has happened, and so when we're talking about what we're going to do this for, it's for people like her. It's for people like him. So when you go to represent your community as that person, also bring a couple of those people that you say are going to be hurt or affected by this in a negative way, or why this part will work in a positive way. They need to see the people. I often hear when we go to meetings, and I've called people out on this that ended up standing up saying, well, the youth, y'all ain't talking to the youth. And I almost said it the way that I always would say it in my natural form. But I'm like, why ain't y'all bring them? Mm-hmm. To hell with talking about, see, the youth, y'all need to be hearing. Well, bring them. If you saying that you are speaking for the youth, then bring some of those youth down there so they can see and hear from the youth. Don't talk about who not here. Why didn't you bring them here? Because you know that they have a voice and they can tell us what they need or what they would like to see. So don't sit and say, because I talk to the kids all the time. Well, bring them. It's a public setting. They can come. They need to find out how government works. They need to find out how they play a part in having a voice in what's happening instead of just being force-fed and saying, this is what we're doing. Put them into the mix. They need to learn. Let the elected officials have to tell them, well, I know that you said that this is a problem, but we're not going to do a damn thing about it. No, tell them to their face that. Tell them to their face. And oftentimes, a lot of these people, we take field trips to every damn thing else. I often tell people with on my platforms, take your sons and daughters down there to the courthouse and have them sit in. They could sit in on murder trials. They could sit in on a lot, unless it's a closed court. Mm-hmm. They need to see why you are going so hard to tell them, don't do this, don't do that. This is what could happen to you.
Yeah, they need to.
They need to experience it, man. Become a part of it.
We plan trips all over. We plan trips to concerts. We plan trips to. to black, white, all of us. We plan trips. Everybody plans trips. That's what we do. We'll plan a trip, organize your community to go to one of these meetings and be there.
That's it.
Go door to door and get some money, and there's grants and stuff. That's an actually excellent idea. I think I'm going to start looking that up and see how I can get grants to get people to community meetings. You got people that own buses, people that own vans and stuff. Community need to organize and then say, okay, I'm going to get you to City Hall. Our neighborhood is going to be at City Hall because that's what Metcalf Park do. That's why their voice is so heard and people fear them so much and people love them so much at the same time. Depending on what side of the aisle you on or what side of them you on. You gonna love them or hate them because they going to be involved. You know what I'm saying? I love them and I hate them at the same time because when I'm on the wrong side of them, they on me too.
That's it.
And so and that's why I love them so much. The same reason.
It's about balance.
But I'm saying this to say is that you have to go and organize your community and that's for those leaders of us that are still involved in the community. And those are the ones that I'm talking to when I say make sure y'all come down here because y'all are the ones that they are looking for to be. And if Miss Peggy ain't going, then I ain't going.
Right. And I'm telling you, so you like I say, people will shoot. Go ahead.
Shout out to Miss Peggy, who used to be on 24th Street, and I keep saying her name because that's my children's great grandmother, and she was such a great person.
Yes, sir.
And she was the leader of that block, and so when I say her name, I'm saying it as out of reverence for her,
absolutely,
and out of respect for her, because she was such a great person on that block, and that's what I'm envisioning for people on the block is to be like that.
Absolutely, and again. I always say it, and I'm advocating it again. For those of you who are saying what the youth need and the youth this and the youth that, go take some of those youth so they can see them. They right there in your face. You feel what I'm saying? Now you don't get to hide. They're right there. All of the people that can have a say-so they can hear and understand why they do this. Let the children be able to, the teens or even younger children, because again, they are a part of our city. They are a part of our county. They are important. But you are there yelling and cussing and screaming But you ain't brought no damn kids in there to end up saying, these are the children we're talking about. Now, I want y'all elected officials to tell them what y'all said to me. Here they are. And let them speak and reply.
Yeah.
If we don't do that, man, we continue to fail. We continue to fail our communities. We continue to fail our youth. We continue to just fail. And it's not a one-sided thing. It's got to be both sides. If they're there, We Energies, other places that have different people in place, we bring these people to the table and say, hey, what are some things that you want to say? What are some things that you needed to say? What would you like to see improve, this, that, and the other? If you don't show up, it's like you didn't give a damn. They're like, we took time out. We came to listen.
Yep.
It was a listening session.
Leave me alone. If I'm elected official and you ain't show up, leave
That's
me
right.
alone.
Leave me the hell alone.
Because I hear what you're saying, and I might agree with you, or I might disagree with you. But if you haven't, when I needed you to be there,
that's right.
And as an alder person, they often say that when I needed you to be there, I'm gonna need backup. You want me to fight for that? I'm gonna need backup.
That's it. That's all.
I need you to be there, and if you're not gonna be there, leave me alone.
That's it. Dame, what you want to wrap it up with for you?
It's Wednesday. I won't be back till Friday. Make sure y'all call in Friday for what the business is. And
can you tell me what the business is?
And make sure y'all call in. We want to make sure that's jumping on Friday.
That part. Oh, it's been jumping the last few Fridays, man. We've been doing good. We've been good. Of course, I'll be black tomorrow morning. Then I'll be going to the Miltex Packers edition later that Thursday. And I'll be hanging out in Dallas. If nobody has told you that they love you today, I want to let you know that I love you. And I want you to please have a safe and nonviolent remainder of the morning, afternoon, evening, night. And hopefully the things we have to talk about in the near future won't have to be within our minute degrees of separation. Truth Nation, we love you. We appreciate you. The award-winning Truth with Sherwin Hughes is up next.
Hopefully I didn't offend too many people today.
Holla Black, we love you.